Hey everyone, just wanted to do a video about fake it until you make it. I want you to realize how powerful of a sentence that really is, and I want you to realize that there are certain things that you need to do and display with yourself. So I want to start off by telling you a story, and it is a true story. It's a story about me. I think we relate a lot of learning experiences to different stories and events that have taken place in our lives. And when I was 15 years old, I started my own landscaping company. And what I did back then is I was able to do sprinkler systems, but I didn't know how to wire in the valves. And I could do all the sprinklers, the timer. I did sod, and I also would rake out the flower beds and I would get them ready to put bark in them. That's what I could do as a landscaper. Well, as some time went on, some years went on, I was asked one day, "Hey, Brandon, can you do a waterfall for me?" And with all the confidence in myself and all the confidence in the people that I bought the equipment from, my parts, I said, "Yes, we can do that. We do that all the time." And he said, "Okay," and I gave him a bid for it, and I think it was something like $8,000 or something like that. And as soon as I got done talking to him and signing the contract, I went right down to the supply house. I knew how they worked and I knew a lot of the functions of a water feature, but I just didn't know how it all went together, and there were still things I didn't know about it. But I displayed a confidence in myself that I'll figure this out. And not only that, but we'll figure it out together. So I went down and went to the supply house where we buy all this stuff from. And I went up to an individual there that always helps me. And I said, "Hey, I just scheduled a waterfall estimate. Really don't know what I'm doing. Can you help me?" He came on my job and helped me with that project and acted like an employee. So the homeowner never knew. And I started getting even better at them by myself. And then I started creating really beautiful, awesome looking water features. And then another day came that someone said, "Hey, can you stack a rock wall?" You know, we're talking big boulders, 4 foot, 8 foot, 10-foot rock walls. And I said, "You bet, I can do it." What I was doing is I was faking it till I made it. And there's one thing that you have to understand about fake it till you make it. You have to have a testimony in the products. So in It Works, you have to have a testimony of these products that they work. The fake it till you make it part is the confidence in yourself and your abilities to make these things and be an awesome leader and be able to answer people's questions and to know it all. Just like you think that the person you would hire to landscape your yard, you would want them to be able to answer all the questions. So I was asked about the rock walls. As soon as we got done giving a price and telling them, like, this is what we can do, or we can do it like this, how would you like the rocks, and gave them some options, and they said I would like it done like this. As soon as I left that job from signing the contract, I went around and drove around neighborhoods and started looking at how people had stacked rock walls. And I saw some that were done ugly. They were done very poorly, I felt like. And I kind of looked at like what the do's and the don'ts and maybe what not to do. And then I went and looked at some really nice looking rock walls. And what I did is I have that confidence in myself. Like, I feel confident that I can figure this out. And I had confidence in my upline, in the landscaping business, people that had done it already, done rock walls, waterfalls, and those things, and I would ask them for help to help me. And this way has gone on through my whole landscaping career. And it has not all been at once. It wasn't all in 1 month. I just figured out how to do rock walls and waterfalls. But it's been a progression. All of a sudden another year comes along and I know rock walls and waterfalls. And then it's like, what about artificial putting greens? And we would look at artificial putting greens. And then we would talk about gas fire pits and these fire pits that we do for people. And so what I want to do right now is I want to show you some photos. And as you're looking at these photos, I want you to think about something that I think about every time I look at these kind of photos. I think about what would this landscaping company be like if I never believed in myself. If I never believed in myself and in basically my upline, the people that sold me these parts, that we can figure this out together. I don't have all the answers. I still don't have all the answers in It Works, and I still don't have all the answers in landscaping. But I have the confidence that we'll figure it out together. And this is the question that comes to my mind as I think about fake it till you make it. I think about a young man that was 15 as I look at those photos, and I think, where would you be to this day if you never would have believed in yourself, if you could do these things? And you know what I thought? I would be in the exact same place I was 15 years ago. I mean, not 15 years ago, when I was 15. That was, I don't know, 22 years ago. And that's where I'd be, is in that same place. Just knowing how to do sprinklers, to move dirt around, get it ready for sod, lay sod, and then put bark in flower beds. And there's been a progression in my business and everything that I've done. And It Works is the same way. You guys have to get a testimony of this product, these products, and then you need to fake it until you make it. You have the testimony of the products, but you need to fake being a leader, that you can answer everybody's question, and you need to show the confidence and the excitement that you can do this. And that's the excitement and the confidence that you need to have in yourself. And so you need to fake it until you make it, because if we wouldn't have done it in this business either, if you wouldn't have done it if we wouldn't have done it in our It Works business, we would not be Presidential Diamonds right now. It has been a complete journey for us along this way. Moments have come up that we've had to fake it to be a leader until we got comfortable enough being that leader. And blitzing people and answering questions. We still don't have all the questions, but you know what? We still have a great upline, and I have a great belief and confidence in them that we'll figure it out together. So, as you've been looking through these photos and see those, I want you to think about where my landscape company would be if I didn't have that confidence in myself and in my upline to fake it until I made it. I would be at the same place. And the same thing goes in your It Works business. If you cannot fake it until you make it and display that confidence in yourself and in your leaders and in your upline, then guess what? You will stay exactly where you're at, because growth is uncomfortable. So I read a quote today that was, I'm not going to get the wording right, but I am going to get the gist and the story right of the message it was saying. It talked about that growth is hard. And the growth that we go through is a painful process. But there's great rewards from that growth. And it specifically talked about you women. You understand that more than anyone or anything because you have had children and you have had that growth inside your body. It was uncomfortable, it was a painful ordeal, but the blessings from doing it, hey, a lot of you have done it again. And I love that quote. So right now is a time for you guys to fake it until you make it. And like I said, me and Michelle would not be Presidential Diamonds to this day if somewhere along those lines we didn't have that confidence in ourselves and in our upline that, hey, you know what? We'll figure it out together. Be excited, show confidence in yourself, and if you need help, reach up to your upline. Ask them questions. Reach out to people in your team and ask them questions if you need help. We are here to help. I challenge you to go out and fake it until you make it. And you know what? You will look back one day, just as I have, upon my landscape company and upon this It Works journey. And I am so glad that I took those opportunities to show that confidence in myself and fake it until I make it. And I did. I don't feel like I fake those things anymore in the landscaping, and I don't feel like I fake those things anymore as a leader. Does that mean I know everything? No. But I'm a lot more confident in what me and Michelle have become because of what we have. You right now have opportunities sitting right before you. That you now have that opportunity. Are you going to fake it or make it and one day look back when you're presidential or that you're an ambassador or a triple? Are you going to be able to look back and say, I'm so glad that I did that? Or are you going to say, I can't? And you're going to stay right where I was at when I was 15 years old and started this landscape company, or where we started in this company for It Works. Yes, we did have a distributor kit that came to our house too, and we didn't have any distributors or loyal customers. We started at the same place as you. We want you to know that we believe in you. Me and Michelle believe that you can do this because we have seen great things in you. And you just need to exercise some of that belief and that faith in yourselves and also in us, that we will figure it out together. So right now, start having that mentality that you will fake it until you make it. You are that ruby leader. You are that diamond leader, or that double, or that triple, or that presidential, or that ambassador. You are that leader. And you need to act like it. And you need to be that. Because if you do not act like that, you will never become that. You will stay where you're at. So I challenge you, fake it until you make it. We love you, we care about you, we are here for you, and we want to see you grow and learn. And just like we have, we've grown a lot. It's been painful at times, but the reward has been so sweet, and it's so great. And we're so glad that you distributors are on this journey with us. Continue on the journey, continue pressing forward, and we will do this together. We will figure it out together. Thanks for tuning in.